Okay, hello class.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine.
You're looking good, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, welcome to our class of recorder music. So today we are going to talk about parts of a recorder and how we take care of a recorder. Now, with me I have a recorder. It is called a descant
Recorder.
Now, a recorder is a wind instrument. It is a wind
Instrument.
and we play it by blowing like this. Can you do that? So remember, it is a wind instrument and it is played by blowing. Okay?
Yes.
Now when you come to the parts of a recorder, you don't look at yours first, look at mine, you look at me. We have parts of a recorder. And we start with the mouthpiece. As you can see here, there's a small hole right there on top. Then we have from this part to this part, we call it the head joint. Can you say head joint?
Head joint.
Then we come from this part below the head joint to the lower part. We call it the middle joint. The middle
Joint.
Then from the bottom of the middle joint to down, it is called the foot joint. It is called the
Foot joint.
So remember the small hole is called what? Yes, Alan? The mouthpiece. Then from this part to this part, we call it what? Yes, Branson? The head joint. Then from this part to this part down here, what is the name? Yes, Melanie?
Middle joint.
The middle joint. And from this part to this part, we call it? Yes? The foot joint. Now remember, we also have the front part and the back part of a recorder. Okay. The front part is where we have the finger holes. We have the finger holes. And the back part is where we have just one finger hole. Okay.
Yes.
So remember, there is the front part and the back. Can you show me your front part of the descant recorder? Good. Show me the back. Very good. Now remember, we have the mouthpiece, the what? The head joint, then the middle
Joint.
and the foot
Joint.
Okay.
Yes.
Then we have what we call finger holes. We call
Finger holes.
so the front part has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 finger holes. The back part has 1.
Finger holes.
So remember, the front part has how many finger holes? Yes, Melanie?
7 finger holes.
Good girl. And the back part has how many finger holes? Yes, Rosie?
1 finger.
Just 1 finger hole. Now remember, we also have a small space. Can you check in your descant recorder? We have a small space at the head joint here, okay? Yes. We call this a window. We call this a
Window.
And it's not that window, it's not that window, but it's this window of the descant
Recorder.
Okay, so let's count the parts, how many we have, okay? We have the mouthpiece, that is 1. We have the head joint, that is
2.
We have the middle joint, that is
3.
We have the foot joint, that is
4.
We have the window, that is
5.
5. And we have the finger holes, that is
6.
So we have 6 parts of a descant
Recorder.
And I said it is a what kind of an instrument? Yes, Odupoy? It is a wind instrument. How do we play the descant recorder? Yes, Robinson? By
blowing.
By blowing. Good boy. So remember that it is a wind instrument. We play it by blowing. And the parts of a recorder, who can tell me all the parts of a recorder? Who can tell me? Yes, Natalie, stand and show us with using your recorder.
Mouthpiece.
Yes.
Head joint.
Okay.
Window.
Okay.
The middle part.
Okay. Middle joint.
The foot joint. And we have the finger holes.
Very good. Can you clap for her? So I believe we all know about the parts of a
Recorder.
Or who does not understand? Who has not understood? We are okay with that? Yes. Remember the mouthpiece. Can you say with me and you point to your descant recorder? The mouthpiece, head joint, middle joint, foot joint, window, holes. Can you clap for yourselves? That is good. That is good. Now we also talk about how we can care for the recorder. Look at yourselves. How do you look?
Smart.
Are you smart?
Yes.
Good. So we also need to keep our recorder looking good, isn't it? Yes. Today in the morning you woke up, you cleaned yourself, isn't it?
Yes.
You cleaned yourself with what?
Water.
What and what?
Soap.
And what else? You just put the clothes on.
No.
What did you do? You've washed yourself with soap and water. Then,
You dry yourself.
very good. You dry yourself, isn't it? And then you put on your clothes, isn't it? We also need to care for the recorder. The same way you have cared for yourself, isn't it?
Yes.
I can see the boys, your head is shaved well, looking good. The girls, the hair is plaited well, looking good, isn't it?
Yes.
So, we also need to care for the
Recorder.
okay. Now, for the recorder, we need to clean it. We need to
Clean.
So before we come to play using the recorders, you must wash your hands. You must wash your
Hands.
Please place your recorder beside you. We have to wash our hands. We have to wash our We wash our hands using what? Yes, Alan?
Soap and water.
Soap and water. So can you take your soap? Yes, and some water. You wash yourself. Good. Our hands are clean. Our hands are
Clean.
So before you come and play the recorder, make sure your hands are clean. Okay.
Yes.
Before using the recorder and after using the
Recorder.
Now remember, the recorder is going to be placed in the mouth. Remember here there is a mouthpiece. Okay.
Yes.
There is a mouthpiece here. Okay. So before you play the recorder, you had taken your breakfast, isn't it?
Yes.
You had taken your lunch, isn't it?
Yes.
Whatever time you're going to play the recorder. So remember, before you play the recorder, you rinse your mouth. You rinse your
Mouth.
You rinse your mouth with what? What do we use to rinse our mouth? Yes,
Water.
with some water. Make sure the food, because some food gets stuck in the teeth, isn't it?
Yes.
So make sure you don't have some pieces that can get stuck in the mouthpiece. Okay. So remember, you rinse your mouth nicely, then you remove the water, so you are ready. Your hands are clean, your mouth is clean, and we are ready to play the recorder, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, after playing,
Playing.
after playing, we are able to see. Now, for those who have the recorder that can have 3 parts, we remove the recorder. We remove the. Then you will have some warm soapy water. Some warm soapy
Water.
you put in the basin, and you can have a brush or a feather. A brush or a feather. Okay. That you are going to rinse. You clean nicely. You see, we have the hole here inside. Okay. So make sure the cloth you clean it nicely with warm soapy water. Then you will use a dry cloth, a dry towel. You dry the recorder nicely. After drying, you yourself, when you bathe yourself, you put on clothes, isn't it?
Yes.
Or you walked naked? So we also have to pack this in the case. In there?
Yes.
I believe you have your cases with you.
Yes.
So why do we have to place it in the case? Why? Tell me, why do we have to place it in the case? Okay, try.
Recorder to do not be dirty.
Very good, girl. Can you give a good clap for Melody? Good. Yes. We need to place it in the case or the cloth, the recorder cloth, so that it may not have dirt or dust or.
Dust.
So right now, can you place your recorder inside the case and then you close, so it becomes clean. Then from there, we will place it somewhere nice for the next lesson. For the next lesson. How was the lesson today?
Fine.
Fine, isn't it? Yes, now I think we've known all about the parts of a recorder, isn't it?
Yes.
About caring for the recorder and how we can pack it. So that is the end of the lesson for today. And may you be blessed. Have a good time. And see you next lesson. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.